The Google Pixel 8a is one of the most amazing mid-range telephones you can purchase at the present time. For $499, it offers driving highlights from the $699 Pixel 8 and the $999 Pixel 8 Pro, for example. Helpful computer-based intelligence instruments, Google's G3 processor, first-class cameras, and 7 years of programming support. We wish it upheld quicker charging and had more current defensive glass on the front. Yet neither of these downsides is a significant doubt, thinking about how much else you're getting at the cost. Accordingly, the Pixel 8a procures our editor's decision grant for mid-range Android telephones, thanks to its worth and serious presentation. Design. The Pixel 8a seems to be the Pixel 8 and Pixel 8 Pro thanks to its adjusted corners and camera bar. The back is matte like the Pixel 8 Pro, not shiny like the Pixel 8. It opposes fingerprints and grime well. 9 receiving wire lines are apparent around the edge, with 4 framing the camera bar. The telephone comes in 4 tones: aloe, green, sound, blue, obsidian, dark, or porcelain, grayish. A 6.1-inch OLED show possesses the front of the gadget, yet it merits getting down on the bezel. Indeed, it's thicker than on the Pixel 8 and Pixel 8 Pro, yet I don't find it distracting, and it doesn't obstruct the gadget's usefulness. Somehow or another, the bezel helps me to remember the dark ring around the Pixel Watch's showcase. You could see it from the beginning, yet it's barely noticeable. The 8a's blend of aluminum and glass makes for a smooth plan. Gorilla Glass 3 covers the front, which is a few ages old. The 8a elements an IP67 rating like the Pixel 7a, which is great. However, a piece less noteworthy than the IP68 rating for the Pixel 8 and 8 Pro. For examination, the $399.99 Samsung Galaxy A35 has an IP67 rating, while the Galaxy S23 FE offers IP68 assurance. By and large, you shouldn't stress over the contrast between an IP67 and IP68 rating, except if you plan to habitually lower your telephone in water. The Pixel 8a ought to endure unintentional spills and downpour fine and dandy. The power button and volume rocker on the right side have the ideal measure of reaction and are not difficult to access with a thumb. A solitary down-terminating speaker, a USB-C port, USB 3.2, and a cut that reflects the speaker in size and shape are on the base. Google situated the SIM plate on the left edge. The Pixel 8a backings a solitary nano SIM card and an eSIM.
Display. Google marks its screens for its Pixel 8 series. The Pixel 8a highlights a Google Actua show, like the Pixel 8, while the Pixel 8a has a Super Actua board. An element that integrates them is their splendor, and how rapidly they can slope it up. At the point when I had a go at taking photographs outside and testing, I had the 8a's versatile brilliance mode switched off for an inconsequential test and couldn't see the showcase. However, turning on the versatile splendor mode made the screen entirely noticeable. I was astounded by how rapidly the presentation supported the splendor to balance the surrounding light. Pixel 8a has a 6.1-inch OLED display. It has a 2400 x 1080 pixel target, 60 to 120 Hz versatile rendering rate, and 2000 nits, 1400 nits HDR, peak brightness. The screen is pleasant to look at in almost any lighting condition. In testing, this wasn't hard to see on a gorgeous bright day, so using the phone outside isn't a problem. Performance. The base Pixel 8a comes with 8 GB of RAM and 128 GB of storage, but you can spend $60 more to get 256 GB. This option is only accessible for the Obsidian tone. In terms of correlation, Pixel 8 comes with similar options, while Pixel 8 Pro comes with 12 GB RAM and has storage options up to 1 TB. All Pixel 8 devices run on a chip, SoC, based on Google's Tensor G3 framework. Overall, the Pixel 8a handled everything I threw at it without any problems. Easy exercises like surfing the internet, shopping, and browsing virtual entertainment were no problem. Multitasking and app swapping also worked consistently. In Geekbench 6, which estimates CPU performance, the Pixel 8A scored 1,545 in the single-center test and 4,208 in the multi-center test. For actual execution testing, I ran the asset-backed Genshin Impact. At lower settings, the game played flawlessly. The back of the phone got hot when I opened the most important settings. The metal camera bar in particular was more attractive than the glass panel. But gaming performance remained outstanding, and the phone was never difficult to hold.
Battery. Google Pixel 8a touts a 492 mAh battery that supports wired powering up to 18W and key remote charging at 5W. However, the Pixel 8a's wired charging speed is slower than the Pixel 8, 27W, and Pixel 8 Pro, 30W. Moreover, competitors like the Galaxy S23 FE support faster 15W remote charging. In our battery tests, where we streamed 1080p video in all its glory over Wi-Fi, the Pixel 8a lasted 12 hours and 15 minutes. That's 2 hours more than the Pixel 8 and Galaxy S23 FE. In testing, the Pixel 8a charged from 0 to 100% in 1 hour and 50 minutes with a suitable fast charger. A quick 15-minute boost increased the battery to 23%, and a 30-minute meeting increased it to 43%. Connectivity and audio. On T-Portable's 5G UC network in New York City, the Pixel 8a arrived at rates of 446 megabits per second down and 122 megabits per second up. Under similar circumstances, the Galaxy S23 FE performed in much the same way with velocities of 411 megabits per second down and 81.8 megabits per second up. Call quality is phenomenal. Voices sound unmistakable and the mics reject foundation commotion very well. I tracked down that anything over 70 dB is effectively discernible even in decently uproarious conditions. So the Pixel 8a does well here.
Camera. Google guarantees the Pixel 8a has the best telephone camera under $500. In the wake of testing, I've learned to concur. The telephone has a 64MP f1. 89 primary camera with optical picture adjustment, OIS. It utilizes pixel binning to yield 16 MP pictures. It doesn't include the laser identify self-adjustment of the Pixel 8 and 8 Pro. A 13 MP f2. 2 super wide camera with a 120-degree field of view joins the principal camera. The forward-looking 13 MP f2. 2 camera has a 96.5-degree field of view. Subsequent to stepping through numerous exam shots, I can say that the Pixel 8a's pictures look similar to those from the Pixel 8 Pro. Subtleties in light and shadowy regions are sharp, however the Pixel 8 Pro delivers a smidgen more detail here. The principal camera produces lovely outcomes. Subjects look both fresh and distinctive. The super wide camera captures photographs with a comparative focus on the primary one. However, some distortion is clear on the sides of the edge. Google's product adjusts the majority of the contortion. However, the outcomes aren't altogether successful at the edges. Video catch finishes out at 4K 60 for both the front and back cameras. The nature of both is comparative, with splendid tones and fine subtleties. The greatest contrast is that the back camera utilizes optical picture adjustment to deliver smooth, gimbal-like clasps. Film from the forward-looking camera looks smooth as well, however not to the level of the back OIS framework.
Software. The Pixel 8 abodes with Android 14, which has been finely tuned as of now. For the most part, Android is not difficult to use with a lot of supportive tips to direct novices. In the event that you could do without Google's default launcher, you can continuously introduce your own. Like the other Pixel 8 devices, Google backs the 8a with 7 years of operating system refreshes, highlight drops, and security fixes. Samsung is the main other significant Android telephone creator that matches this approach. I love this long help window since it implies you can stay up with the latest for a lot of time. Verdict. Basically, the Google Pixel 8a is the best Android phone under $500. It offers class-driving cameras, performs comparable to additional costly contenders, offers supportive man-made intelligence highlights, and advantages from an extensive programming support strategy. The Galaxy S23 FE is a respectable option for $100 more on the off chance that you principally use Samsung gadgets. However, every other person ought to get the Pixel 8a. While it makes a few concessions in form quality and charging speed, the Pixel 8a is even worth considering over the Pixel 8, thinking of it as spending $200 less. For all the worth it offers, the Pixel 8a effectively procures our editor's decision grant.